to another episode of Coco Caliente with Mama Spice.
Yeah, and speaking of the Coco Caliente name, we were actually, fishing for some new ideas for...
Since Coco Caliente was mine and Victor's podcast name, we weren't sure if we should come up with something that's, insinuates a mother-daughter type podcast.
So if you have any ideas, shoot us a message or write it on the page, and you never know. That's how Arrow's name got named, is like a typo accident, right?
Yeah, on the Coco Caliente page. Okay, so then another thing is his mom, which I didn't even tell you, we have to start doing something with the podcast page on Instagram. We just haven't done anything with it since, you've been co-host.
I know, but I don't even think, do I even have the sign-in information?
No, I don't think so, but okay, I want to know what people want to see on the Coco Caliente podcast page, because I was thinking, should it be just like another family page and like with you, like us, like the group of like 8 of us? Is there 8 of us? Yeah. And Arrow, 9 of us? Or should it be
9 of us? What are you talking about?
Like me, you, Mom and Dad, Jesse, Ashley, Arrow, like kind of like a...
That's 7.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, Paris and Beyonce.
Okay, and Champ already.
Well, no, but then, okay, or should it just be strictly podcast stuff? Like, do you guys just want to see what's on the podcast? Like, I don't know. We have to do something with that, though, for sure.
I'll get working on it this week.
As if we don't have enough on our plates.
Yes, and for those of you, this is how it went about, like forgetting about the podcast. We usually do it on Fridays, usually Friday afternoon or so, when once Dave's off work and here, and him and Victor are either or both are watching Arrow, and we'll go to do it. But our whole week was so different last week. We did so many different things. And then on Friday, I went over to Jesse's house with my mom and helped him. He was having a party Saturday, so helped set up. He wasn't working. He was working storm work, so I went over there to set up some stuff and do stuff for him. And then I came back over here for the day and just lollygagged. I made some cookies and did a bunch of stuff. But the reason I forgot, this is what I think it is last week when we had Father over for dinner, I moved our podcast table into the kitchen. Yeah. It's still there. And I set it up to put it's a little white, cute table, and I set it up to put all the desserts on so that they'd be easy to get. And it's still in there. So I think just not looking at it as a podcast table, I totally slipped my mind. I think
that's what happened.
Yeah.
Well, because right now we still don't have the table. We're holding the mic sitting in chairs with the podcast equipment on the ground.
So if we sound a little wobbly today, that's going to be why. And but I just need to lift it back over and bring it in because we're done with it out there. It's just that's what it was. I just didn't look at. I had the equipment unhooked, everything down, the table not in the room, and I remembered on Sunday, and I texted her, and I said, we forgot to podcast. She said, I know. I just got a email that said, where's the podcast? And I was like, oh my goodness. It was just, I don't know. That was really random, and I don't know.
And here, Mom was trying to push it off till tomorrow. I said, Mom, we got to do this tonight. Because she's like, I don't have my list. I was like, you can whip that list up in 3 minutes. She comes up with the outline, and we're good to go, right? I don't even know what's on the outline today. So.
And I just wrote it all 3 minutes ago.
And I took a social media break, too, so I think that was kind of like, not really a social media break because I still had to do Franny and the Fox stuff, but from my social media, I stopped, I took off, campaigns for 5 days and whatever. So that felt really weird, too.
And we were getting ready. We decided to do at the last minute. Nicole always loved playing in store when she's little and doing that kind of stuff. And so the bazaar was coming up, the local bazaar that's only a few miles from our house. And I said, why don't we get a booth? And she jumped on it in 2 seconds. So it was like a last minute thing pretty much. And for a week, and we decided, so we had to get a lot of that was a lot of work.
And that was a lot of work. The whole day after I slept, it was a lot of...
Well, it was just getting everything ready. We had to, get all the clothes and the things, pull them out of inventory, some of it that we were putting there so that somebody didn't order it and it didn't go through at the same time, and decide what we were going to take. And it was actually a lot of fun. Yeah. And then at the last minute, we're like, well, do we need she had to figure out how to hook up a thing so people could pay.
The square thing.
Yeah, so that was last minute. Which I realize
now that I got to look into that again. We have one this weekend coming up, and I have to figure out, the lady across from me told me she charges $5 transaction fee, and I did not charge anything. She's like, you probably lost some money on some of those transactions if they were under $20. I'm like, oh, great. So I got to figure, I want to be smarter with that. I don't want to lose money, right? Just
she charged a transaction fee.
Yeah, she charges $5. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. But her stuff's like $100 or $75. So maybe like for mine, it's like maybe if they spend like $50 or more, there's no transaction fee. But under, there's $2 transaction fee. I got to look into how much money they took from me.
Yeah, because if her stuff was more expensive and she still had to charge a transaction fee.
Oh, yeah, duh. But it's like 2.5% plus like 50 cents. So yeah.
Oh yeah, we need to check into that. And then
I break the news to Mom on this stuff.
And then we bought a cash box the night before, and while we were setting up, I put the key in my jeans pocket. Well, I did not wear the same jeans the next morning, so we get there and the first person goes to pay, and I'm like, I can't open the cash box. The keys and my jeans down the laundry chute at home. So Dave to the rescue. I hurried and called him. I had, thank goodness, money in my purse. So I just dug it out. And then he was there in like 10 minutes and he saved the day. And
yeah, that would have been bad if we were far away. We had to make sure we don't do that in Frankenmuth.
Yes. I left the key right in it right now. Like in the top of it now. And
but we did, but it was overall for the foot traffic was minimal. It was a full craft bazaar for this area, but for that, I'm really happy with how it went. It was fun. I got to see some people that I know, friends, family.
Yeah, like a lot of our family was up there. Got a lot of visiting, and most of the traffic was before lunchtime. After that, it got really slow.
My gosh!
And then we were both wanting to take a nap.
I think after 1:00, I think there might have been like 4 people. Okay, I'm not joking. 4 people, and I'm like, man, I hadn't seen Arrow really much all day. He came for lunch. And my boobs were getting full, and I had a birthday party to go to. So I was like, Mom, you go home, you get your gift ready.
Yeah, that was at like 3 o'clock.
At like 3 o'clock, you go, because she had to go do stuff before it was Ashley's birthday party. I was like, you get your stuff ready, send Vic up here, I'm going to start packing. I mean, we had 4 clothes racks and a full 8-foot table, plus a basket of accessories. So, okay, that's a lot to pack up. And so then around 3 o'clock, Victor didn't get there till like 3:40, and I had Victor starting to like take some clothes racks out the side door, and then she's like got on the microphone and she's like, which I swear I did not read the contract at all. Like I signed up so last minute that I didn't see where it said you couldn't, but then I confirmed with her. I was like, is there any way for me to like leave a little early? And she's like, you have to stay until 4. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. So then anyways, she came on the microphone and she's like, if you clean up before 4, then you won't be invited back. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. So then we sat there for 13 more minutes. It was 47 after. We sat there for 13 minutes and then she's like, okay, you can clean up now. But it was just like, it was a lot to, I was really tired. If I'm being honest.
And it does make sense. I had no idea you could not clean up early, because even when we had it, we're like, oh, well, we'll just finish early since we have that party, because they were already like planned on starting the party at 2, but they switched it to 4:30 for us. And so since we were doing that, and I said, oh, we'll just clean up early. And then actually we were talking to one of the other vendors, and she said, I don't know about here, but most places you can't clean up early. She said even at the ones in the summer that she goes to, there's a guy who makes like all these homemade breads. She said he makes so many, but his table starts at 9 or something. And she said he's sold out by 10 every day, but it's till 1. It must be 9 to 1 or something. And she said he has to stay there at his empty table. He's not even allowed to leave.
Wow.
Which part of it would make, I thought about it after, and I said it probably makes sense just so you represent or whatever, but or if you're trying to tear your stuff down and walk in front of other vendors, so but
we didn't walk in front of any other.
No, we were right by the side door, like where we came.
But I understand it both ways, because I thought, okay, well, it's actually my loss because I can't sell anything else. It's my loss. Like, you paid the fee no matter how long you stay. But then I do understand, like, if someone can't come till 4, that they want to see all of the stuff. So I guess, like, I will not tear down early at all, even if it's only 13 minutes from now on. Like, I understand it. we had no idea, because I think at noon I was like, yeah, we should just pack up because like we're tired and we have a lot to do today. But it was fun. Overall, it was a great experience. Beyonce, honey, don't do that. And I feel like we did really good for the amount of traffic and the area and interest in the stuff. Yeah, I was really pleased. And
we're going again this weekend, so it's going to be me and Dave and Nicole and Arrow, actually, because we're going to need a little bit of extra help because it's hour and a half away, or hour and 20 minutes. We're going to Frankenmuth, so this is going to be a lot bigger craft show. We're still deciding if we're going to go the night before and spend the night. I think we should, because I'm afraid of running out of time trying to get down there and get it. It's a lot harder to move with the baby in the morning than it was,
And Victor has to work, so he can't come.
Yeah, so it'll be...
Unfortunately, that would have been really fun.
And we don't know how far we have to carry everything, like where our spot is or where the doors are or how it even works.
This one's really strict because you have to like bring your own table and you have to bring your own table cover and stuff, where we were provided with that last time. So yeah, this is our first like show where we have to do that too. So yeah, it's going to be a little stressful, and I know that there's going to be some really good vendors there, so we definitely don't want to stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, and it was a lot more. It's more costly to like rent a space here. We actually rented 2 spaces at the one we were last because they had a lot of room, just so that we could bring the hanging rack. Mm-hmm. So this time we only have 1 space,
and it was more than double of the. It's more than double of the 2 spaces. So hopefully, and plus if we have to get a hotel and stuff. So I'm just trying to weigh the pros and cons of it all. Well,
I figure we might as well take a little vacay and
might as well
have dinner in Frankenmuth and stuff the night before. If I have to go, I'm going to make her make it fun.
Yeah, no. So yeah, we'll be there if anybody in the area is listening and wants to come out and see us. We'd love to see you.
And Arrow had a few play dates last week. One with my cousin's twins, who are 3 months old, and they were like, they're so little. It's just like I wasn't.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're so
was
cute.
The first time we had seen them.
They have
actually.
The cutest names, Pixie and Perry. I love it. I love their names. They're so cute and tiny. I can't believe that there's only a 5-month difference, and they're like, I just can't believe how much a baby can grow in 5 months. I mean, every week Arrow's growing, being able to do something different that he couldn't do the day before. Like these last 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, Mom's like, who are you? He's literally crawling.
Oh yeah, and he's so happy and like giggly and laughing all the time because he can. If something drops, he can go and get it. Like he likes that. Before he could move, he just didn't want to. So if he fell when he was on his knees, he'd lay flat on his belly and go want us to go grab everything for him.
2 teeth broke through, both bottom teeth. So I think that helped his mood too. Don't you think?
I think it's mostly that he can go. He just thinks he's such a smart and fast guy now. He's smiling so and laughing, and he's going and grabbing whatever he wants.
And then another play date with my friend Jessica's baby. Well, she has 2 kids, but she's like the same age as him. She was like trying to like claw his face, but not in a mean way. Just like experimenting, and he wasn't moving then. That was just like how long ago? He wasn't really moving as much, so he just kind of sat there shy, and she was
That was
moving,
only Friday, too.
She was moving all over the place and, like, standing up and, like, kind of walking, so maybe that helped him move, too. I really do think that it helps, but I always enjoy play dates with her kids. We're going to try to do it weekly, at least monthly, but she has a cute older girl, too, that's going to be 3, and so she's super sweet to both of them, kind of, like, watches them.
And last week we also went cookie decorating, which was a lot of fun.
Oh, that was really fun. That was only a week ago?
That was a week today on Monday. And that was like at the local winery. And then she had wine samples too that you could purchase.
But and Mom got drunk.
I did not. I had my wine sample and Nicole's wine sample.
I'm teasing.
Most of hers because she just took a drink of it and then that was
You should have seen my Grandma Martha. Boy, was she crazy there because she was decorating her cookies and then it was getting all over the place and then she's screaming, help, my cookies. No, she was just being funny. But
I'll have to put a picture of our cookies on, but now we want to have one of these at for one thing, the cookies taste so good. Sometimes the pretty cookies do not taste good, but they taste so good. And so we want to actually do this, one of these in Nicole's basement, like invite some friends over and have them, the Hello Cookie, come and do this cookie class there. But it was so much easier than I thought it would be. They have everything so organized, like all the frost, everything ready for you and the cookies baked. And they just tell you it. So I think we were there like almost 2 hours though, weren't we?
Whoa, it flew by then. And I ended up buying a bottle of wine, and we bought 2 extra packs. 2 people didn't show up, and we asked if we could buy their packs of cookies and make them at home. Yeah, so my mom and Aunt Tiff made those, and that's how much we loved it. We're like, it was so much fun. It was. If you ever have a chance to do it with Hello Cookie, I would definitely. I know the classes fill up quick. I think Mom, like, what were they full in like an hour? Well,
did you know that they just put one up for April, the last week in April, and I seen it. I tagged Michaela. I don't know if she got in it but anyways, it was an hour later. They said that was full already. So
how people were waiting. Sign up?
Why did you want to do it again? I thought we were going to try to have one here.
Easter one?
No, it was actually flowers. They were pretty, but I didn't know you want. I thought we were going to try to set one up, so I didn't.
Well, yeah, if we can, that'd be cool. But yeah, that was really fun. I was glad my mom made me like sign up and go out, because me and Grandma got out of the car with Mom. We're like, "What'd you get us into?" And then when we got there, we were having so much fun, and I actually had a couple sips of wine. So
yeah, and I actually pre-signed up because I asked her if she was having one before we left for Florida, because I had seen that I missed the last sign up, and she told me when it was, and I said, "Oh, well, I'm going to be on vacation. Can I just sign up now?" And so I did it ahead of time, so that like worked out. Otherwise I probably would have missed out and never knew how much fun it was, because if I'm not paying attention.
I will say I like it better than I don't really see people doing the painting and wine thing anymore.
They still have them there.
Oh my goodness, because I just have so many paintings that are hideous that I can't hang up, so what's the point?
But they were fun.
They're really fun, but I actually Grandma hangs up my paintings. So that's nice of her.
I actually think it's really fun, but my house is full too, so I don't have any room to put them. But I'm up for any kind of those wine and ideas. I see now ceramics is starting to come back in up here. I'm into trying some ceramics. I used to do that as a kid every week for 4-H, and it was so much fun every Saturday morning.
What is that? What's ceramics again?
Painting like the thing, and then they glaze them in the kiln. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, first we had to clean them and wash them out, and then she would fire them, and then she would paint them, and then you'd fire them again.
I remember Grandma always having those painted stuff. What was that?
Ceramics.
Was it?
Yeah.
Like your little dishes?
Yeah. That's it. But anyways, I see that they're doing that again. And
that looks fun.
So I'd actually like to try one of those, I think, just for, not that I need any random ceramics laying around my house, but just for fun. I can't wait till Arrow's big enough, because actually, I think Chelsea just took Cora, and she's only going to be 2, and she just painted her own, and then they fired it. And then you got to go back and pick them up, because you don't know what they're even going to look like until you pick them up. So you can do.
How's Weight Watchers going, Mom?
Horrible. I know you all wanted to know that. I have not gotten back on since I have been back from Florida, but Nicole has exercised the last 2 days, so now she's making me feel really bad. But guess what I just made something. I saw it on Facebook, and I'm going to eat dinner when I walk out of here, but I made a beef pot pie. And then you just take like
venison, I thought.
Well, it's venison. It's still venison as beef, isn't it? Kind of.
No.
Okay, venison. It's venison, but the recipe was a chicken pot pie, but I didn't want to use chicken. But you just took the meat. I cut up the carrots and potatoes and green beans and put them in the I mixed cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soup and the meat, and then put it in. You used
both of those 2 big family size. Oh my!
Did you see how big that pot is I made? And then I cooked it for 40 minutes, and then I threw all the biscuits on top and cooked it for another 10. It looks so scrumptious.
I'm going to post a picture of it because it looks really cool.
But I'm excited to try it and see how it is. I'll have to let you know. But no, I need to get back on because I felt so much better. I feel like today when we're even going to I have my leggings on, and she had to go to the chiropractor, and I said, we are stopping at my house so I can buy a big sweatshirt. My stomach is sticking out, and I don't like it. So, yeah, shame on me. I know all of you are doing good, too, or hopefully sticking to it, and you got to get me back on track, too.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm exercising because I'm just trying. Like, Victor's training me for 30 minutes a day. SOS.
Okay, you want to tell your funny Victor story?
Okay, sure. So the other night, Victor has an Amazon card, and he gets 5% cash back. So since that is my husband, I assume all right, I'm going to use his Amazon 5% back cash back card, like when I buy some things for Arrow. So, for example, I bought Arrow an Easter basket. I bought him some Easter toys and maybe like an outfit here or there. Some small things, which I feel like maybe did add up over like the last 4 months. And he's never said anything to me. So then I go to check out, looking up stuff for his baptism, and I go to check out, and I'm like, Victor, I thought I was in the wrong account first. And I was like, wait, Victor, why isn't your Amazon card on here? And he goes, I took it off. And I said, why'd you take your Amazon card off? He goes, because you're racking it up and you didn't even tell me. And I was like, what do you mean? You never said anything. This has been going on for months. And he's like, well, I would at least appreciate if you gave me a warning that you were using my card and you're cut off. And I was like, okay. And so then I got the cute Easter basket in the mail, and I was like, and it has Arrow's name on it. It was only $32. And I was like, this is what you cut me off for? Okay, so I guess I have to buy everything for Arrow. And so then now he feels bad. And I said, oh, I bought Arrow a baptism present from me, I guess, since you can no longer contribute. And he's like, okay, fine, I'll put the card back on. So now it's back on. But I could not believe that he cut me off. And it's only little things here or there, but I bet you added up too.
My Amazon card adds up fast, and I do shop more Amazon than Nicole does, but mine adds up really fast. So when she said he did that, I started laughing, and I said, I can't believe it took him that long to do it. Because,
I know.
Because it'll just be random stuff. She'll tell me if she needs stuff. She'll go on my Amazon and order it.
He's like, I saw you ordered a bathing suit. And I was like, where? I never ordered a bathing suit off Amazon. He's like, right there. And it's a freaking tank top. The one tank, the tank top, that onesie, that zip that does up under the crotch. I was like, that's not a bathing suit. That's a tank top. He goes, yeah, you bought that with my card. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, it's so funny. So now I have my own Amazon card. I was like, fine, I'll get my own 5% cash back.
That is funny. But
has your husband ever cut you off?
It literally... Yes, it literally adds up so fast, though. Like, it's easy.
He's like, I was wondering, like, how... He's like, I wasn't buying anything, and it was just, like, there was more on there, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. Anyways.
And then something else funny today, like, do any of you... Is this weird or normal to just randomly text, just because you are in a goofy mood, to just randomly text people funny things? Like...
Oh, this was funny today.
Like, today she went in Meyer. I sat in the car with Arrow.
No, so this is how it started. I said, Mom, I'll give you whatever you want, $100, whatever. Post this on Facebook and say...
It was a coupon. Tell them what it was.
Coupon croissants, $2.50 off, $2.50 off if you buy like 6. And I said, Mom, put this on Facebook and say, you're selling this for 50 cents. Does anyone want this coupon? And I will pay you to do this. And she's like, what'd you do? She sent it to some other people.
Yeah, I just randomly sent it to a couple people and say, hey, I have this. I'm not going to use it. Did you want it for 50 cents? And like, I don't know. But do you ever do just funny stuff like that? And then I was walking around taking pictures of some of Arrow's toys, sending them to some random people saying, do you want this? $20.
We get in really weird, goofy moods, and I think it's so funny. We crack ourselves up at least. And then the responses from people is like Mariah was one of them, and she just put LMAO, you're crazy or something like that. It's just she knows that, and she texts back immediately. But I was like, Mama, you just advertise it on Facebook. Like, you still get $2 off after you pay me 50 cents. If you could get someone to buy that from you, that's talent.
That would be the funniest thing to actually find. That would be a contest to find somebody to actually like text how many people you have to get to. That'd be a fun thing to do to see who would do it. But the funniest thing is Jesse has the same sense of humor as we do, because I sent it to him. Nicole doesn't even know I sent it to him, and I said, do you have anybody at work that would want this coupon? I only want 50 cents. No, I didn't say I only want 50 cents. I said that would want to buy this coupon from me. And he said, how much you asking? Right away. And I said, only 50 cents. And then he's like, I'll ask around, He's
Oh,
just,
that's funny.
yeah. So he has like the same, like,
Yeah, he played
he
along.
knows we're goofy, but
Oh, Mom, I just got Impractical Joker thing for you. My mom wants to be like an Impractical Joker.
I want to be a practical joker so bad.
She would be so good at it, but this is what you could do. You could set up in front of the croissants with a coupon and try to sell it. Someone could film it, and they could be like, okay, first one to sell this coupon, and someone might actually buy it from you for 50 cents because they feel bad. Like, okay, like if someone confronted me about that, I would just chuckle and be like,
You'd give them 50 cents.
I would, totally.
Yeah, but how about, it'd be even funny if you have to sell the coupon for 50 cents, but it's an expired coupon.
Yeah, totally. That's so funny.
No, we would love to be like somebody walk around and tape us and be practical jokers. I love when they go and they put things in random people's carts and stuff, or the funny things they say when they're going to check out and at stores. That's the ones that really crack me up. I just think they're so funny.
We could get a group of 4 of us easily around here.
And somebody walks around taping us.
Yes.
You could just have 2. We could just have me and you, and we just have to have somebody walking around taping us.
I just don't want somebody to punch us or something. Some people are nuts.
Well, you got to watch who you're going to go up to.
Then you got to say, I don't even know. We got to look up the
rules about what you can do and what you can't do.
Well, what you can, if you could film people and stuff, I think you can. Charlene would be hilarious.
You can film. I think they have to ask afterwards because, did you ever notice sometimes faces are blurred out and sometimes they're not? So I think you have to really do that kind of stuff to see. But
ours would all be super harmless and funny. That's why our humor is really I don't know. It's different.
I think we think we're funnier than we really are.
I know, because when I tell these stories, I'm like, yeah, they're not that funny. But you just had to be there.
But if you're there, you would have been laughing hard.
Mariah, when she hangs out with us, she cries laughing. I don't think maybe her sister Megan makes her laugh as much as we do. But besides that, I really think we make her really laugh. She thinks
we're so funny. We make Arrow laugh.
Yeah, we do. He was really laughing today with the coupon thing. He thought it was so funny.
Because if we start laughing at ourselves and we think we're so funny, he is laughing so hard that he's almost crying because he thinks we're so funny.
Yeah, it's so cute.
And we are having his baptism on Easter Sunday, right?
Yeah, that's really really special. So I'm really happy about that. And we're going to do it with a small group of people. Victor's sister's coming up. She's going to be the godmother. My brother is going to be the godfather. And since we only have one brother and one sister, I assume we will keep it consistent with all of our children, I'm guessing. And that I'm really excited because this is the first time Ashley's coming up to Ubly, right?
She came to Frankenmuth, but she's never been to Ubly.
Yeah, and her and her husband are coming here. She's leaving the kids with Victor's mom at her house since it is Easter, and she was babysitting anyways. Since they go to a private Catholic school, they get Easter break. So I was really hoping they could all come up, but that gets really expensive when you have 8+ people to fly up for a couple days. So I'm just happy she's able to come, and then we're doing a brunch after church. And then that's really it. But
yeah, we're just going to do it at a restaurant and order a cake to make it nice and easy because we make things really hard for ourselves.
Yeah, if you're actually hosting, it's hard to enjoy because you got to clean up, cook, prep, clean.
And we want to enjoy, there's so much to show them now that they're coming to Ubly, and they're only going to be here from Saturday till Monday, and they already have to go back they're already going back Monday. So I want to, them to enjoy their time and get to
hopefully play games and all that.
I'd like to take them and show them Jesse's property and stuff. I think they'd like that stuff and just take them all around. They haven't.
Victor will be really excited because that'll be the first member from his family to see our new house too. Oh no, his dad saw it before it was ours.
Before you bought it.
Before we bought it. But since we've lived here. So yeah, that's exciting. And that's really all we have for you today. Right, Mom?
Yep, that's about it.
So we will record again this weekend and stay on track. We're sorry about that.
Yes. See you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
If you want to be the most interesting person at the cocktail party, well, hop on over and listen to the Brain Candy podcast.
Our award-winning content will have you laughing while you're learning.
We read all the best articles, books, and studies and keep up with new TV shows, documentaries, and pop culture. And then we cram it all into 2 shows a week.
Conspiracy theories, cannibal rabbits, unsolved mysteries, the history of the Walkman. There's something for everyone.
The Brain Candy podcast. Find our link in the show notes.
Or simply search for the Brain Candy podcast on your podcast app.